Well, if this all goes well, I'll be putting this on YouTube. I gave them some treats, so maybe they'll stay out of my hair for a few minutes. I have a lot of clad coinage that I have found metal detecting over the last year, and I separated quarters, dimes, and pennies and nickels. The most important thing is to separate the pennies from the clad, because if you clean the clad with pennies like I'm about to, the clad coins would turn pink. So you don't have to separate quarters from dimes and nickels, but because I have so many, I thought that I would in this this video that I'm making. So anyways, if you dug up money metal detecting, this is the method that I found to be very efficient, time friendly. It doesn't take long. Basically, I have here a jug of white vinegar. I have a container of ordinary salt. And I suppose I've done this without using gravel before, but I did buy a bag of aquarium gravel. Maybe help smooth the process, make it a little bit more thorough perhaps. I do believe this is uncolored. You do not want to use dyed gravel, or so I heard. I've never used gravel before, but dyed gravel would make sense. If, copper coins can turn the clad coins pink, I can only imagine that if you used blue gravel, you might turn out with blue coins. Who knows? But I do have, as far as tumblers go, I do not have a rock tumbler. I have a little thermos, coffee thermos here. And this is really all you need. Just something that you can, with a screw lid that's watertight. And I'm going to try to do as much as I can with only one hand here. I want to catch this on my video here. So this is my first time using this thermos when I would use my salt and vinegar combination. I've always used just plastic cups and stick my finger in there and swish it around. And this is going to take me a while, so I'm going to set the phone down just for a moment while I load up the rest of these quarters. Alright, all the quarters are in the thermos. I guess the biggest downfall about using the thermos is you can't really see how the coins inside are cleaning up until you actually empty out the contents, which I'll use a colander and a big bowl to catch the solution, so I don't have to put a whole new solution in for if I have to continue doing it for longer. So there's no real formula as to how much to put in, I don't think. I would just put in enough to completely cover the coins, I would think. Yeah, that covered them up. I used maybe, I don't know, this is a half a gallon jug. Maybe a pint, a little bit more than a pint's worth. And I suppose if you wanted to research, you might can find an effective proportion so you don't use too much of any one item. And for salt, I don't know, maybe a half a cup or so. We'll try that. Of course, I haven't done this that often. I'm going to put the phone down once again for a moment, just to open up the bag. I've never I haven't done this too often, so as far as the exact proportions, I've always just eyeballed it. You don't want to use as much salt as you used vinegar. I'm going to try to pour some gravel in here without making too much of a mess. This is my first time using gravel. I wouldn't know how much to use either. You're just adding some grit to the mix. We'll go with that. I'll probably put maybe a cup worth of gravel, maybe a little bit less. Put the lid on, and then just shake it like this. I'm going to do that for about 30 minutes. I know it's somewhat labor intensive. I don't even have the lid on all the way. Squirting a little bit of squirting some vinegar around here. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm going to shake this up for about a half an hour, and I'll come back and empty it out and see how they turned out. Okay, actually it has been a bit longer than 30 minutes. I didn't shake it non-stop for 30 minutes. I would shake it for a few minutes and stop for a minute and shake it again for a few minutes and stop for a minute. And I was watching a TV show and got a little carried away on time. It's been probably about 40 minutes, 45 minutes. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, so I'm just going to pour it into this bowl here and see what it looks like in here. Now they had already been cleaned with some dish soap and some Dawn and some water. Just going to dump it in here, and I'll be doggone. Would you look at that? That looks pretty damn nice, don't it? I am actually surprised. Well, yeah, that was what I wanted. I'm gonna rinse them off and separate them from the gravel, then I'll make a little pile right here and be right with you. And there you have it. Does it meet your approval? Are they clean? Definitely spendable. Here it is. Some white vinegar and salt. A couple bucks for a jug of vinegar, $1 for a thing of salt. You can use the gravel if you wish. It seemed to have done a better job than the last time I tried salt and vinegar without any kind of gravel. So I'd call that a success. I'll do the dimes in a little bit, and hopefully they'll turn out just as good. Happy trails.